Dave Landau, and you're watching Andy Smith, the coolest comic book creator around. Just ask his mom. I have. All hail Comicsgate. Bam! Bam! Bam!
Boom! What is up? What is up? Hello, everybody. I am streaming from Chicago. I'm a little tired, a little loopy. Just got back from a fun night at Soldier Field. I'm not used to using my iPad to stream. Riley J. Draws, bam! Cisco Beast, sup to you. That's right, I'm in Chi-Town. I went to the Soldier Field where the Bears play for the draft party. For those that don't know, for the past few years, I think I started in 2018. They gave me this spiffy hat too. What's this? NFL 23 draft, the official draft hat. So I was at the draft party at Soldier Field, and in 2018, I drew the Monsters of the Midway campaign for the Chicago Bears, where they had me take some of their players and draw them as superheroes and stuff. They were wearing their uniforms, but they were jacked out and exaggerated and everything. You can go to andysmithart.com and check that stuff out if you want. Just scroll down and you'll see some of the previous work I've done. I'm working on new player. Every year I do new players and stuff for the Bears. And this year they said, why don't we have you out? And when the first pick is announced for the Bears, you draw them live. And I was like, okay. And I got to give a shout out to my buddy, Israel Adonijay. He used to play for the Bears. He retired back in 2015. And he started this company, Athleta Comics. And that's how I got hooked up doing this stuff with the Bears. So this is all from the mind of Israel Adonijay. He came up with the whole concept and everything, and I've been lucky enough to work on it every year. So very happy about that. Really enjoy drawing the stuff. If you watch the draft, you know who their number one pick was. And I don't think I can show the artwork. I didn't finish it. I've got it about halfway finished, the drawing I'm doing. And they're going to make a print out of it, and I'm going to sign it. And their draft pick is going to sign it. I'm very tired, and I'm blanking on the fabulous O-lineman they drafted. Danky Frankie says, isn't it past your bedtime? It is. It is funny because it is, I'm looking at my iPad, 11:44 Chicago time, which means it's 12:44 North Carolina time, which means I am really tired, but we got out. Israel and I got out of there around 10 o'clock and drove around to get some dinner afterwards. So we went to a nice restaurant, had some dinner, and Israel Adonijay, Izzy, as his friends call him, just dropped me off at the hotel. And I thought, you know what? Before the party tonight, there's a great comic shop here in Chicago called Graham Cracker Comics. And lo and behold, it was only about a 6-minute walk from the hotel. So I had time to kill before going to the thing tonight, the draft party. And I went to Graham Cracker and bought some funny books. And after I buy comic books, I like sharing with you guys what I bought. I'm on my iPad. Let's see. If I click this, oh, okay. So I've never streamed from my iPad. I've been on streams, other people's use my iPad, but I've never streamed. So there you go. Who did? My God, I'm just blank. Oh, wait, I can tell you who we got. I can look on my phone. There it is. Darnell Wright is who the Bears O-line is taking shape with the addition of Darnell Wright out of, where did he come from? Let's see. He played college football at Tennessee. So there you go. So that is who I'm drawing, is Darnell Wright. So, boom, 333 pounds, 6'5", 6'5", 333 pounds, 6'5". That is a big dude. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to finish that drawing when I get home, and stuff, and sign the prints, and he's going to sign the prints, and then apparently, let me see if this is correct. You are correct. Graham Cracker Comics is cool. Dude, it's so cool. It's not a sticker. It's a pop socket so I can hold my phone. Excuse me. I like my pop. It was a gift from my daughter, and I love Green Lantern. I need a Kor-Drath pop socket. That's what I need. Cisco B says, all I bought this week was new Spawn books and old Spawn books I already have. Oh, there you go. Mighty Geek, what are you doing? I just explained what I was doing. But hold on. I want to go because, let's see, chicagobears.com. You're supposed to be able to kind of sign up to get one of these limited edition prints. So I need to see. Let's see. So I was told it's on the website, but I don't know where. Draft Central, maybe? Well, I don't want to open a browser. Let's see. Let's see. I want to help you guys out. Oh, come on. I don't. Okay. All right. Right now. Taking me to a different thing. Let's see. Bear straight down. Photos, Bears draft. Video highlights. Pick announcement. Let me see here. I know this is very entertaining. I know. Come on. Come on. Click through. Behind the scenes. All right, so these are just photos of him as the player. He is a big dude. All right, let's see. Andy looking at porn on the phone. I am not. Oh, Randy Howell, look at that, popping links. If I knew you were visiting my town, I'd have taken you for a drink. Yeah, I should really, I'm bad. I should announce stuff. The Bears website hasn't been updated yet. What do you mean it hasn't been updated yet? I don't know. Let me see. Behind the scenes. Players return. Oh, no, that's that. Oh, never mind. That's nothing. Man, I don't know. News, photos, video, team schedule. I don't know where you enter to try and win a cop. Come on, Andy, you're a married man. What are you talking about, guys? Guys, what are you talking about? Seriously, come on now. I'm a married man that's sleeping by myself in this room. Okay, I don't know. It's apparent. I don't know. I don't know where you go to register. I'm sorry. I should never have brought it up. Let's get to the funny books I bought. Hell, Andy's burning the midnight oil. I am. Do you and Dennis have a friendly rivalry since he's a Packers fan? Okay, so little secret. I'm a Dallas fan. I'll work for whoever. You know, I'm a backup Bears fan, but I'm actually a Dallas fan. So And it's not a friendly rivalry because Dennis hates Dallas and will not let me forget it. So hot. All right, so let's look at some books I got. Guys, look at this. I own Superman #1. Oh, the facsimile edition. My store in Charlotte, believe it or not, the shops in Charlotte sold out of this. So when I saw it at Graham Cracker, I had to get it. Because this is one book I don't have a reprint of already. I have a reprint of Action Comics #1, but I don't have a reprint of this. And it's a facsimile, so it's like holding the real book, just not nearly as expensive. So I had to get that. You're going to laugh at some of this other stuff. So I'm a big Doug Mahnke fan. So I picked up, there's a few issues of his Superman Man of Steel that I still need to get. So I picked up one of the issues I'm missing of Superman Man of Steel, drawn by Doug Mahnke. Love his work. This is like 25 years old, and it still is so nice. You can see all the hallmarks of Doug's work. But if you look at his current stuff, you can see how he's grown as an artist, but there's still some of the same traits. So I had to get that. Holy hell, that is a gorgeous copy. You do know this is not the real thing, right? Come on now. This is not the real book. This is just a facsimile of the book. So I got that. Which graham cracker store did you go to? That's a good question. I'm down by the Loop, so maybe that'll help. I'm not exactly sure which one. I picked up this War of the Independents. Sorry for the glare. I don't feel like taking stuff out of the bag right now. War of the Independents, Vengeance. Nice Brian Hitch cover. And I've met these guys before that do this book. And I love good, fun, independent stuff. And the fact that they got Brian Hitch to do a cover, and the interior art is nice as well. So pick that bad boy up. No, this is not the real book. This is a facsimile. This came out like 2 months ago. It's just a reprint. This is just a reprint. Let's see. Randy. Kor-Drath.com. Kor-Drath, The Reckoning. Go check it out, guys. Back it on Indiegogo. Yes, on Indiegogo, it passed 79,000. But with the other campaign, we are over 80,000, which means lots of stretch goals are unlocked, and we're chugging towards the $90,000 stretch goal. So please go check out Kor-Drath if you haven't yet. You were at the one on Madison. I was at the one on Madison. I was. If I didn't have to get up so freaking early tomorrow to catch a flight, I would say you could come out and buy me a beer. But I have to get up early for a flight. So, and you probably don't live close by anyhow. So it's not, I'm not going to have you dox yourself. I don't know where you live. You probably don't live close by, Cammy. So next time. Joe Martino. Yes. Joe Martino. I met him as well. He's a cool guy, and I love stuff like this. This is issue 1. I know there's more than one issue, but this is the only one they had, and I love this Brian Hitch cover. I really love the design of this guy right here, and I backed the hardcover they put out a few years ago featuring him. So I got that. Agent Cup says, what are you doing in Chicago? Oh, you work down the street from there? Oh my God, I should have said something earlier. Oh well. I'm here because I was at I'll put it back on. I was at the Chicago Bears draft party at Soldier Field and drawing live their new rookie that they drafted tonight. So anyhow, what else did I get? Oh, so for those that don't know my background, my first monthly book at Marvel Comics 31 years ago or 30 years ago was Quasar. I started with issue 40, drawing half the book. Steve Lytle was the artist on it, and I guess he was having deadline problems, so I picked up the other half of issue 40 and then took over as the regular penciler from there. And I did like 10 issues of Quasar. So I just bought issue 39 a few weeks ago. The whole issue is by Steve Lytle, and I'm a big Steve Lytle fan. So I got the whole issue, number 39, and today I picked up number 38. Greg Capullo got his start on Quasar, and I love Greg's work during this time period. I love his work now, but I really like this stuff, so I want to get issue 38, his last issue of Quasar, and then 39, Steve Lytle's first issue, and then it leads into my run. So that's why I picked this up. So I pick books up, that have a certain meaning to me. Lytle was great, too bad he didn't draw much. I guess he just wasn't that fast. I mean, I got his, I got Doom Patrol. I got a couple issues, and this is when I was a kid, of Legion that he did. So most Chicagoans are 15 minutes away from the Loop. Oh, there you go. Willow Marvel published a facsimile of Uncanny X-Men 1, so you can lord it over Dennis. They already have a facsimile. They just did one, Randy, last week. They put out a new facsimile edition of X-Men number 1. So that is already out there in the wild. But I did not pick it up because I already have it as a reprint. It's not the reprint I have is not a facsimile, but I don't need a facsimile of it. So, but it would be funny if I took that and got it graded and stuff. And then the last book I got, AJ is not awake right now watching this video, but when he rewatches it, he will recognize this book. It's first issue special from DC Comics. I'm looking down at it before I show it. First issue special number 4 from DC Comics. And I already have number 1. Number 1 is Atlas, and it's awesome. Jack Kirby. But how could you go wrong with Lady Cop? Not a lot of thought going into that title. Lady Cop. It's Lady Cop. Yeah. Lady Cop. So I got me some Lady Cop. Very nice artwork in this book. I'm gonna have to tell you who drew it. I know Vinnie Coletta inked it, and he did a very nice job inking it. I do work. There you go. I've been traveling for the last 10 days. Going to have to big pile. Well, there you go. No, Giordano did not draw it. It was drawn. It was written by legendary Robert Kanigher and drawn by John Rosenberger and Vinnie Coletta. And I got to tell you, it's really nice art. The cover is Giordano. You know what? It does look like Giordano, so I'll take your word for it, Marcus. But the inside is really nice. You know, that's a really nice face. I love this stuff, and I will read this. Oh, yes, I will read this. She's a lady and a cop. I know. Man, they were even woke back then. This ain't woke. This writing is not woke. This is good stuff. This biatch does not mess around. I got no problem with Lady Cops. Lady Cop, page 1. Please, don't kill me too. Please. After the first one, chick, the rest comes easy. Dropping one by one like cards. Plenty of cards left on my deck to deal the chicks I'm going to meet. All aces of spades. And look at that. This chick's hiding under the bed. Dummy doesn't even realize it. What a big dummy. And because of that fateful night, she's like, that's it. I'm going to become a cop. A lady cop. So there you go, guys. Lady cop. Aaron. All right, buddy. I'm sending you the link. Aaron. Because it's still early where you are. Hold on. How can I do this? Let's see. Shoot. I got to figure out how to send you the link. I don't want to leave the studio, but I'm not sure how to send you the link when I'm literally online. I'm going to do my own version, Her She Cop. Nice. Look for DC Comics called The Streets. Aaron who? I'm from a Chicago cop family. Well, there you go. Let's see. All right, let me try this. I don't know. All right, I'm going to try something here. I don't know if this is going to work. If I'm gone for a second, I'll be back. I'll be back. Actually, hold on. I think what? You look good for a crappy hotel internet. Oh, I was going to say the internet might be crappy, but the hotel's not. The hotel's nice. All right, hold on. I'm seeing if I can share this somehow. See if Lepresti will come in here and tell me to my face. Oh boy, oh, he is talking smack. Oh, here we go. Check your Facebook Messenger, Lepresti. Where are you? Oh, for the love of Pete. All right, Lepresti, I just sent you the link. Danky Frankie says he doesn't have the... Oh, there he is. What's your problem?
Oh, wait a minute. I got to turn this. Where are you at? There we go. I was turning off the YouTube. You still there? Or are we frozen? Oh, there.
You're jealous. You're jealous.
Not of that. Are you kidding me? Would you go to a comic shop and you pick up Lady Cop? Are you kidding me?
Lady Cop. Well, I picked up this.
Okay, well, that's cool. Now we're getting someplace.
And, you know, the other couple books I picked up are just because I like the art. I love Doug Mahnke's work.
Wait a minute. Didn't Michael Golden do some covers to Lady Cop?
No.
Are you sure?
Dude, that was... Are you being serious? That was Cops over at Marvel. Or
whatever. Okay. Whatever. It had a blonde Lady Cop. Same thing.
Oh, listen to Aaron. What a chauvinistic thing to say. All blonde lady cops look the same. You heard it here. Aaron said it. Yeah, this is like Marcus says. Come on, Aaron. That's a first issue special. Exactly. No, I got it because one of AJ Tom, he frequents your chats, I believe, as well.
Yeah, sure.
AJ's a good guy. We talk offline and stuff, and he did a variant cover. He's an artist too. He did a variant cover for a friend, and they wanted this layout. So he showed it to me, and I was like, I've never seen that book before. And dude, I told you, if it's good art, I don't care. And the
Who
art
drew that? Who drew that? I came in
Oh,
late.
you're
Who
making
drew
me
it?
open again.
See, you don't even
You know,
know who drew it.
no, I can't remember because literally I've never heard of this guy before. It's John Rosenberger.
John, the great John Rosenberger. Never
Inked
heard
by
of him either.
inked by
Sorry,
Vinny
John, if you're out there. I didn't mean to.
inked by Vinny Coletta.
Oh boy, what a dream team.
Now, this is when Vinny was putting time in, man. He wasn't hacking this stuff.
I don't know if I ever saw a job that Coletta didn't hack or didn't look like he
You're
hacked.
insane. You're insane. I told you I talked to Jim Shooter, and he basically gave me the lowdown on Vinny one time. He said, he goes, Vinny could do really good work. You know, they've all seen him do it, but he was a go-to guy because he could get the job done, and he got that bad rap for taking shortcuts. Like, we've seen the before and after pages, but Shooter was like, a lot of that was editorial saying, you know, do what you have to get the job done. We need it.
Well, I understand that for sure.
You know, now Jim didn't tell me who the inker was, but he said he got one job in, you know, when he was editor in chief, that, you know, it was a rush job, and he got this job in, or no, he wasn't. Was he? No, he wasn't editor in chief yet, but he was working at Marvel, and it was another editor that got this job in. It was a rush job, and whoever inked it basically just did coloring book outlines. That was their way of getting it done fast, right? You couldn't print something like that back in the late 70s, early 80s with flat color. So they took it to Shooter, who was in the bullpen, and said, Jim, we need you to go in and put some blacks on this stuff. And Jim's like, okay.
The good old days, man.
That's right.
You know, I was at Marvel, and back like when I was doing What The, so I was still like trying to get work and things like that. And Terry Kavanagh had a cover actually to What The, I think it was cover number 8, and it was John Byrne. But he did this like what would kind of like Forbish Man look like a real superhero, right? Because it was based on, I did a Forbish Man story in the comic. And so it's kind of like the return of Forbish Man. And so, but in my original script, I had redesigned Forbish Man and gave him actual real superhero gloves and superhero boots. And they said, no, you can't have that. You got to take all that stuff out. He's got to look like he did in Not Brandak, you know, in 1968 with long underwear and the rubber boots and, you know, no superhero stuff. And I went, all right. So I changed all that stuff, you know, did patches and stuff. But Byrne saw the pages I did before I fixed them. So on the cover, he has, you know, Forbish Man blasting away, but he has like these superhero gloves on. And so Terry Kavanagh's in his office. He's got this cover, and he's, oh, I got to get this fixed. And oh my gosh, we got to get this in. I said, just give it to me. I said, I'll fix it. He said, really? I said, yeah. And so he gives me the Byrne covers. I had the original art, John Byrne, right? So I go in with, you know, white out, and I take out the cuffs that were on the glove and went in and inked in, you know, like an elastic strap for where, you know, the long underwear would be, and basically made it, you know, look like, you know, he was just wearing long johns as a superhero glove. And it's seamless because I spent several years working in commercial art. And that's one thing we learned to do was like, if you screwed something up, right, we didn't have Photoshop and stuff back then. So you had to fix it, right, with either white out or however. So I was actually really good at fixing mistakes. And so on the cover to, I think it's Not Brandak. It's either 6 or 8. The John Byrne cover with Forbish Man. I actually did some touch-up work on that.
Well, if there was a way I could actually open a new screen and look, I would, but I can't because I'm on my iPad. So,
well, can you? If I pull it up, can you share it?
Oh yeah, I can do all that. I just can't open a new tab and do all that garbage.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you can, no problem.
So that was I think it was number.
Oh man, so I gotta get up early to fly back home to Charlotte tomorrow.
How'd the thing go?
It was fine. It was super crowded, but they were the Bears were originally the number 9 pick, and then they
Yeah.
traded down to number 10. So by the time the pick came in, it was like 8:40, 8:45. I started drawing the guy.
It was an
And
offensive tackle, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And we had to be out of there. Dude is 6'5", 333 pounds.
Yeah, I happened to be watching that and I went, Andy's drawing that dude right now.
And they got me an iPad with a picture of the guy, and they were like, you can finish it at home and just scan it and whatnot. So I was like, okay.
Oh, really? So
Literally,
you didn't have the pressure of having to finish it right there, huh?
Well, that was the original plan, but it was there was just no way. 10 o'clock came and they were booting people, so it was like time to go. All right, let's see.
All right, you ready for this?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so
I remember that cover.
all right, here we go. Okay, where is it? This line right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my line.
Look at you.
These things right here. This is all me. And I had to, he had big cuffs like right here.
Yep.
And so I had to white this out and then go and ink back over the top of what Byrne had done to match it. So there you go.
Did you do it on a paste up or right on the original?
I did it on the original.
So you whited out some of Byrne's stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it looks really good. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell on the original. I mean, I didn't just slop it on. I did a really nice repair job on it. And I'm sure John has it hanging in his house someplace thinking, wow, what a great job Aaron did on that forearm. So
it would have been so fun to be able to draw Four-Bush Man all muscled up like that inside, but oh well.
Actually, I did a story where he looked like that, and I did give him the gloves and the boots because it was it was like him fantasizing about what it would be like to be a real superhero kind of thing. And I had Captain America in it, and it was actually kind of fun. So I did actually get to do that, but
now, I'm assuming all the text on that was paste up, right?
Yes.
He sent it in probably inked because he inked it, so I can't imagine that unless he lettered it himself.
No, it wasn't on there. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it couldn't have been. I just had the artwork. It hadn't been pasted up yet. Look at how he signed that. Forbush Man, 1990. That's how Byrne signed it. I should have put and Lopresti.
Well, with the texture on Forbush Man's threads there, you could have squeaked in an L or something.
I know. If I'd been, a little bit more, a little less afraid to, have my career end over something like that before it even got started, I might have thought about doing it. Yeah.
And Dino says, I just got off the phone with John. He said, who's Aaron Lopresti?
That's probably exactly what he would say. Although John and I have been in a couple of pretty good fights. So, I mean, not fist fights, but verbal. So I don't know. Maybe he'd remember me. Probably not, though.
Look at Dan busting my chops. I'm up this late because I'm in Chicago, and I was at the draft party at Soldier Field drawing their first rookie draft pick. And after it was over, went out to dinner and got back and figured, what the hell? So that's
there you go. Go live. Hey, here's another little tidbit. You see Mephisto up there in the character box there?
Yep.
You know who drew that Mephisto story?
You.
Dale Keown.
No way.
So in this issue, you have me. This is one of my very first jobs I did. And then you have the Dale Keown. One of his very first jobs is in this comic as well.
Wow. Did he ink his too, like you inked yours?
No, I want to say, I think, oh man, I have to go dig it out of the comic box to see. I can't remember if he did or not.
See, now here's the thing. If I knew this when I went to Graham Cracker earlier today, I would have looked for it.
You were at Graham Crackers?
That's where I went. Yeah.
That's in Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh,
Walking distance from where I'm at.
they have great stuff.
Yeah. But dude, I had like a half hour and that was it.
And so you had a half hour, and so you picked up Lady Cop. Unbelievable.
I was actually
Unbelievable.
looking for, I only need 2 issues of Firestorm from the original series because I'm collecting that 6-issue run. And I was looking at the Fs for Firestorm, and they had 2 issues, but not the 2 I needed.
Mm.
But then as I'm looking, I was like, first issue special, Atlas. Well, I already own that. That's Jack Kirby, #1. And I saw Lady Cop, and I thought of AJ, and I was like, I got to get that for $3. So I texted him a photo.
You know what's a good first issue special is #5 that has that Kirby Manhunter story in it. It's a different Manhunter than
Right.
Simonson did.
No, it's the Manhunter that they use later on to go after the Green Lanterns, right?
Yeah.
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 Kirby did that one?
Yeah.
I didn't know he did #5. I know he did #1 because it's Atlas, and I love Atlas. So I have that in nice condition. Didn't he do #2 as well?
That's a good question. Who's in it? I'd have to know who's in it. I can't remember.
It's not Sandman, is it? Or no, Sandman had his own book, didn't he?
Yeah, Sandman had his own book.
Okay,
I've
so
got
because I
that.
have that #1 then as well.
Yeah, so do I. I don't think I have the first issue special #1. I got that Kirby issue, which is #5, and then I've got the first appearance of the Warlord, which was what, 8, I think,
Oh yeah.
by Mike Grell. But yeah, Kirby might have done the second issue. I'd have to know who's in it though, because they were like didn't they do like there was a Creeper story in there and like an Aquaman story? They were like
In first
oh,
issue special?
I wasn't okay. No, I'm thinking of what am I thinking of?
Well, Adventure Comics had Aquaman.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of because it was they did like Prez, wasn't he in first issue special? That
He might
teenage
have been.
president. I think
Yeah, I know you're
Prez.
talking about. He might have been.
And there might have been like maybe Kirby did like a Newsboy Legion thing or something, and there was something like that. Wasn't there a bunch of like kids? See, now I got to look it up, man.
Well, Newsboy Legion, I thought that was its own book. Well, maybe that was first issue special too.
I'm going to find out right now.
No, like I said, the thing is, the store's there's a couple locations from what people were telling me before you came on. And the one I went to was the one I was there before when I was out here a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just not enough time. I mean, their stuff's organized really well. Their back issues are, Marvel, all alphabetical, DC alphabetical, then Independence.
So what you're saying is you just literally had just enough time to trip and fall into the Lady Cop box and go, oh, I better get this.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right, here you go. Okay, it was called the Green Team, but it doesn't look like it was Kirby. Hang on a second. Let me bring this up. Okay, this is #2. Who was #1 again? Who was in #1?
I thought #1 was Atlas.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before. Let's see. Hold on.
But that's not Kirby on the cover.
No, damn it. That looks, that's not Bob Osner or however you say it.
Could be. It could be.
That face kind of looks like it.
Yeah, it does. Look at that. Introducing the Green Team, Boy Millionaires. I mean, this is why Marvel was kicking DC's butt. Who wants to read this? I mean, are you serious? Give me a freaking break. Look at this. This must have been like the lowest selling comic of the year right here.
That's hilarious.
It's a first issue special. Let's try out some really good ideas in this first issue special and see if they'll stick. I got one, the Green Team.
Yeah. Hey, Richie Rich seems like a good comic. Let's make our own.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be a bunch of kids.
All right. Now this is, I was right about the Creeper.
Creeper was first issue as well?
Yeah, look at this.
Oh,
number
look at that.
#7. This is it's a little blurry because it's small.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
that's Ditko, #7, I think. #7 or #8. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't read. That's Ditko for sure.
I don't understand why they would do this though, because the Creeper already had his own series. So like, putting him in
Yeah,
this.
that's weird because usually the first issue specials were for
Right.
new characters.
But no, they did the creeper.
They did. I was listening to Rob Liefeld's podcast this past week, and he was talking about inkers and stuff. And I didn't realize how much, like Dave Cockrum inked an issue of the Avengers over John Buscema, which I need to get because I don't have it. Well, he inked 2 issues over John. And I
Cockrum
have
did?
one. Huh?
Cockrum did?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And I thought he only did 1 because I have the 1.
Do you know what
already.
issue off the top of your head?
Yeah, hold on, I can look. So I think I put it on my wish list to look for, and they didn't have it. See, I was looking for stuff earlier, but it's in the early 100s, around 120s or something. Is it this one? Hold on. I think 124. And let me see. Yeah, 124, because I have 125. And then 126, he actually inked Bob Brown. Dave Cockrum inked Bob Brown. And then he inked an issue over, what's his face? Don Heck.
Don Heck did an Avengers issue in the 120s?
It was around there, yeah.
Really?
And dude, the issue he inked over Don Heck,
yeah,
it is freaking gorgeous. And then he inked one over Starlin and George Tuska.
I can see it over Starlin. I could see that working.
Dude, the Tuska stuff, it's so weird because you can see the proportions that Tuska does, but it has Dave's finish over it in anatomy.
He was a weird guy. I mean, I don't mean that in the sense that he was a weird person, but it's like, here's a guy who co-created the X-Men, right? And then he inked a lot, though. Do you think he was just like a slow penciler, or he just felt like maybe it was easier to make money inking? I mean, it's conjecture. I have no idea, but it's just like, he was a pretty good penciler.
I think he was just a guy. It's funny because I've got that Dave Cockrum book that Tomorrow's put out, and I don't remember it touching on the stuff that he inked at all. It was just talking about the stuff he drew. But I don't think he was slow because he did X-Men for a while, and he chose to leave the book. Marcus says he was a slow penciler, but then he came back to X-Men,
Oh, it's just weird because it's like, why would you take less money to ink when you could pencil? And unless maybe he was a faster inker and he could make more money. Well, that's
just it. You got to look at it like this. Obviously, our ink rates are less than our pencil rates, right?
Right.
But if you combine your ink rate into 2, so you do 2 pages a day, it's more than your pencil rate probably.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense because he would like we talked about on what was it? I don't even know. Were we on Comicsgate Kings when Graham brought up the John Carter of Mars thing where Cockrum inked Gil Kane in the first issue before Rudy Nebrez take over?
Yeah, that
was Kings.
Was it?
Yeah, because we were talking about comics, which was really weird for a Comicsgate Kings episode. We were actually talking about comics.
Yeah, I know, because you got up, you got up and got it and realized, my God, this is not near mint. Why do I own this book?
I know, I was so pissed. But so Cockrum inked the first issue, right? But he didn't ink any of the other issues. Then he drew issue number 10, the Deja Thoris solo story, which he might have inked himself. I don't even remember. I'd have to go look, but
I don't remember either, and I own it. Well, the whole thing with that was, and this was from reading that book that Tomorrow's put out. He was a huge John Carter fan, huge. But when the book came out, when Marvel decided to do it, he was tied up doing something else, and the best he could get out of him was inking the first issue, and then I guess he just really kept working on them because he loved Deja Thoris. So he was able to do that Deja Thoris issue.
Yeah, I was going to say Gil Kane probably didn't need a fill-in.
No. So
I love that stuff, man. Nebraze over Gil Kane. Ugh,
oh yeah,
that was great.
yeah. Nebra's over anybody. You still have yet to pull out that visitor piece that Nebra's did over you to show everyone. So
Well, if it's in this portfolio back here, I can do it quick. If it isn't, it's like buried in my flat files someplace.
and yes, Rudy Nebra is still alive. He's
Well, he's in his 80s.
Yeah, I think he's going to be at Garden State or whatever or Morristown when I go up there in June with the other guys.
Yeah, here it is. Did I show you?
Seriously?
Did I show you that piece I bought from Rudy?
No.
I bought an original from him at some Texas show I was at several years ago. It's really cool. Okay, so here's the. There it is.
I got to make that bigger. Let me see how I can do that.
Okay, that's making you bigger. All right,
nope, that's making you bigger. You don't have a copy of the pencils of that though, huh?
Probably have a Xerox copy someplace. I got like a bunch of FedEx boxes of.
Dude, you got to scan that in and pop it into the professionals chat so we can look at it better.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm serious. I really want to look at that because I can tell. I guess the main part that I can tell is you is the girl.
Well, I don't know. Look at her face though. He kind of nebraised. Where is it?
Oh yeah. I was talking to pose and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
He redrew like the leg muscles and stuff in the visitor here and this area right here. He redid all that.
You did full pencils for that?
Huh?
Did you do full pencils?
Oh yeah, they were tight. But I didn't care. I knew he was I knew he like this whole look at where is it here?
Yeah.
That elbow right there, that is so Nebraze.
Oh yeah.
Right here. And I didn't draw it like that, but he just went in and made it like that, and I didn't give a rip. Because I wanted the thing that Nebraze needs is good structure underneath his inks. Because when he draws, he's all over the place with his anatomy. But if you give him like a solid piece of anatomy and then let him just go to town, it looks really, really cool. And so I knew he'd, in fact, the editors are going, you don't want Nebraze, man. He's going to like totally redo your work. And I went, that's exactly why I want him to do it.
Exactly.
I wanted to do a Turok piece, but I wasn't working with the Turok editor. I was working with this guy. And so I thought, well, okay, I'll do a visitor pinup and I'll just put a bunch of gargoyles in there and that'll, Nebraze can go to town on that.
But that never got printed, I don't think.
I think it did in the back of one of those books.
Oh, see, I'll have to try.
It wasn't a cover; it was just a pinup.
Yeah. I'll have to try and find it because I would buy it if it was printed.
Yeah, I don't remember. Honestly, I do not remember what issue it was in.
Well, what was the piece you bought from
him? Let's see, where did I put that?
Oh, I thought it was in the portfolio.
Well, yeah, but it's like I got to find the portfolio.
Well,
I think it's over here.
Rudy inked one of Bart's first jobs when Bart did the issue of Armor for continuity.
I bet that looks sweet.
Dude, he steamrolled it. I mean, honestly, when you look through it, you're just like, oh, I guess Rudy drew this. There's like a few pieces or a few panels in it where you can look at it and go, oh yeah, that's Bart. Oh yeah, that's a Bart pose. But other than that, Rudy just did Rudy all over it. And Bart told Neil, because they wanted him to keep drawing the book, right? So Bart told Neil, he goes, I'll keep drawing it, but I'm just going to do breakdowns. And Neil's like, no, you got to do full pencils. And Bart's like, but Rudy's inking it. You saw what he did. It's why would I do full pencils when Rudy just ignores everything? And Bart loved it, and Neil's like, no, it's full pencils or nothing. So Bart was like, okay, I'm out.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did the one issue.
That's so Bart to do that. I would have just done the job and took the artwork. All right.
He never got the artwork back.
Huh?
He never got the art back.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'd be a little bit pissed. Okay, so he did this with a Sharpie.
That's what I was going to say. He switched. Like, the cover he inked or the piece he inked over you was probably brush and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Whereas now and in the 2000s, well, at CrossGen, he was inking stuff with markers at CrossGen.
Dude, look at that, though. That's with a freaking Sharpie. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy. What would he charge you for it?
What did I pay for this? Right around 300, I think.
Oh, that's not bad.
Either 3 or 350, something like that, somewhere in that neighborhood. And
Yeah,
I was trying to.
if he has a portfolio of art at the convention in June, I might have to get something.
Well, this is what you want to do. You don't want to commission him to do something because you don't know what it's going to look like.
Oh,
right?
no.
It could be great or it could be horrible. And so I just went through his portfolio until I found a piece that I thought the anatomy worked and it had all that, this kind of funky, background stuff that he always does. And I was like, there was 2 pieces. They're both like warrior chicks, but I thought this one was the stronger piece. So that's what I went with. And it's a really, really nice piece.
No, that's really cool.
So, and his stuff is like grossly undervalued. I'd love to get a nice like Conan page that he inked over Buscema, like in Savage Tales or something.
Yeah, but see, that's not, if it's over Buscema, that stuff's not going to go cheap.
I know, but
I mean, Buscema's roughs aren't that cheap anymore. It's crazy how much his stuff has gone up.
I know. Look at that. Marie Severin did that for me at San Diego.
Oh, that's cool.
It got bent up though in my flat
like
file when we moved to Florida. Oh, I was so pissed, but anyway, still got it.
That's freaking cool.
And she drew it on the back like a print or something.
No way. Wait, now who drew that?
I can assume. That's Paul Ryan. Why did I give her this to draw on the back? Maybe I gave her this by accident because I was probably
just a print. That's just a print, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was like in 2000. I was sitting next to Paul and I didn't have any paper, and so I grabbed one of his prints.
I was going to say that very well could be it. I need something to draw on. Oh, here, take this.
Yeah, what do we got here?
Oh, this is pretty funny. So I was sitting there before the stuff really started up tonight at the draft party.
Mm-hmm.
I was behind the table with, is that Art?
That's Art Adams Stegron, man.
Did you commission that or?
No, he had it in his portfolio at San Diego, and he had like $500 on it. And I was like, dude, I can't do 500, but I love this. And he goes, okay, yeah, I'll give it to you for 3. I said, deal. He might have given it to me for 250 because he goes, wow. That's been sitting there forever, man. Okay, you can have it for either 250 or 300. So
I was sitting behind the table with Israel Donajay at the Bears thing tonight. And he's huge. He's like 6'5", 300 pounds,
mm-hmm.
And, these couple fans come up, and how good of fans could they have been? Because they're like, who's that again? And I go, that's Israel Donajay. He's retired. He's not currently playing. Oh, yeah. And what position did you play? And I'm like, yeah, I got the water. Okay.
Dude, you should have lied to him and just like, oh yeah, man, I was a great defensive back in the day.
Oh yeah. I told Izzy after they walked away, I said, see, look at that. I said, I could be a football player. Russell Wilson's only 5'10". I'm 5'10".
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So Shelley Moldoff on one side did the Hawkman, and that's Mike Plug did me a caveman.
You got him wait, was that he did that Hawkman for you, or was one he already had done?
No, he did it for me. See, it says best wishes to Aaron.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, just before he passed away, he sent that to me.
Reverman Conan, doesn't Andy have a Conan light campaign? I sure do. It's called Kor-Drath the Reckoning. The link is in the description below. Go check it out. You'll love it. Guaranteed.
Do it, man. Okay, you'll love this.
I'm sure. You should send it to me.
Alan Davis.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. What book is that from?
First page of Clandestine, #1.
What?
I also had the Silver Surfer pages from this book and ended up selling them when I was unemployed before I went to CrossGen.
Yeah,
And
I've got I don't have anything from Clandestine. I've got an Excalibur page and a page from the Nail with Green Lantern.
did you see this? Did you see this David Williams Frankenstein Jr. I just got from him?
Yeah, you showed us that. Yeah.
Okay.
So did you sell everything that you've done for in the auction the other night?
No, I sold like 4 pieces. You never know in an auction, right? If you're what you're going to get, so you have to like part with pieces that you don't mind if they don't sell for as much as
Yeah, but
you
weren't
want.
weren't you just selling the stuff from the gray beers that you did?
Right, just the stuff I did on the show. In fact, I got to mail these suckers out, but I sold this Merida
Oh wow.
to Amanda B. And
Wait,
then
who's
the
that? Wait, what character is that from again?
Brave,
Oh, that's right.
and then
Oh,
Jezebel
I've seen that
Jade
one.
and a mummy from Johnny Quest, and then of course the McCready Thing,
Wow, look at you.
and then this one, the Wizards.
Yeah, yeah.
I did. So
You didn't sell the 20,000 leagues?
I got somebody interested in it right now. They're talking to me, so we'll see.
That took you more than 2 hours to do.
No, it didn't. I got it done right on, 2 hours and 2 minutes.
Damn.
2 hours and 2 minutes. So I went
Good
2 minutes
Lord.
over.
Good.
I wasn't sure I
Lord.
was going to get it done with all those freaking tentacles, but I did manage.
You got that done in 2 hours and 2 minutes. I'm drawing a football player from like the knees up with his hands on his hips, and I worked on it for like an hour, and he's only halfway finished.
Well, you got a likeness to worry about too. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. I did spend a lot of time on that freaking likeness. So. Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Yeah,
Hey,
so I
Daniel,
cut you a little slack, dude. I cut you a little
Daniel
slack.
Russell says 300 confirmed.
On which piece, Daniel?
Well, they're all sold, aren't they?
That's why I want to know what he's talking about, because he was in there bidding, but I don't think he won anything. Kept
What
getting
about
outbid.
Kelsey and David? They do good.
Well, David always draws like everything on 11 by 17, so his stuff never sells for what it should. So, like he had a great Johnny Quest piece. I think it went for 150, 11 by 17, and but then his Conan, he did a full color Conan piece that went for 180 is all. Oh, Daniel Russell wants to go 300 on the octopus. Well, I got some. Like I said, I got someone that I'll find out if he wants it or not, and if he doesn't, you can have it, Daniel. So
What did Kelsey? I think it was Kelsey. Was one of them a Space Ghost by Kelsey, or was that by David?
No, that was Kelsey's. That went for over 200. Yeah, I mean it was a watercolor, but it was only it was tiny. So
what did his Sailor Moon go for?
Oh, somebody bought. He put both of them together, the Sailor Moon, but then the Sailor's Moon. You saw that piece, right?
Yeah.
So they were a companion piece, and somebody, I can't remember who bought them for 250. He got both of them for 250. So,
oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So it was ended up going longer than I possibly would have imagined. We ended up going for 5.5 hours.
That's what I was going to say. I saw the time frame the next day, when I was going through YouTube. I was like, 5.5 hours. Oh my God.
It was freaking epic because we did, the drawing part usually goes for 2.5 to,
right.
Because we have the 30 minutes of just, we're talking and showing stuff that we're working on. And then we'd start the drawing. So it's about 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 45 minutes. But then it was like, I thought we'd do the art auction at about an hour, and it just went on for freaking ever. But it was it was really funny. I mean, there was some really funny bits during the art auction, and there was some controversy. Somebody got a bid in on one of my pieces. Like I typed in sold and pushed the return on it. And so I said, okay, this guy's got it. But then this other guy came in like 2 minutes later. He's going, hey, I got that. Check the chat. So I went back and somehow his bid posted before my sold posted. And so he ended up getting it. And the other guy had already was like in the process of paying me. And I had to go, no, I'm sorry. This other guy won it. But he ended up getting David's Jack Burton piece from Big Trouble in Little China. So he ended up getting something. So I felt better about it. But yeah, it was nuts, man. Those guys wait till the last second. There's that delay, right? When we're broadcasting, it shows up on YouTube. And so I'm typing in, it's sold, but then, they're hearing it a minute later. So, or 30 seconds later, whatever the delay is, but we managed it. And, but yeah, I had no plans on going that long, man. It was like a Ethan stream, 5.5 hours, but
yeah, dude. Wow.
But we were selling stuff. So that makes the time go by faster.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's cool. What the hell was I going to say? Saturday morning, taking Courtney to go see Return of the Jedi in theaters.
The Return of the Jedi is in. Did they re-release it, or is it just in town?
Re-release tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yep. 40th anniversary, baby.
I never liked it. That was like my least favorite of all the Star Wars films. The first three.
But she loves those first three so much, and obviously she's never seen them in theaters. So I saw it in theaters back then. I don't really care, but she's got nobody else to go with, so I'm taking her. So.
No, that's cool. I mean, my son Josh, it's who Josh is, but for the chat, my son Josh texted me and he's like, hey, Indiana Jones or Raiders of the Lost Ark is going to be re-released in theaters here in like June 4th or something.
Oh, is it really?
I'm like, yeah, I guess we're going to go see that again.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I mean, I'm sure that's one that they're going to do, nationwide as well.
You would think.
So that I might have to see. I wish I would have known that. I would have, because I just showed that to Courtney like 2 weeks ago. If I knew that, I would have held off and she could have just seen it in theaters. So.
Yeah, every time Jaws comes out, we go see it. We've seen it in the theaters probably 5 or 6 times, maybe more, because it seems like every year it's in a theater someplace. And so we always go see that. And Raiders is another one that's like, man, if you get a chance to see it on the big screen, you go see it.
Even with those crappy face melting effects in the end.
Hey, man, those were practical effects. I support practical effects.
They were practical, but dude, I remember watching as a kid thinking those were bad.
Really? I don't know. That was fine. You probably didn't like the shark in Jaws either, right? You probably said,
the shark in Jaws didn't really bother me because he filmed it so well that I just love big shark movies. So no, I didn't mind the shark in Jaws, but I hate, we went and saw Superman in 2017 for the 40th anniversary, and just seeing the awfulness of like the flood, when the dam breaks and the little toy buildings.
the little miniature.
Jesus, that was bad. And then, when Krypton is breaking apart, and you can literally, the actors are going.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my God. So I think we talked about on the professionals as a topic where about redoing stuff. And I said, I wouldn't mind a movie like Superman taking those scenes, like the flood scene where there's really no people, but having that scene redone.
Yeah.
Because the flying stuff was just great for the time period and still kind of holds up.
Yeah, it's not bad. But that was like so obviously a miniature. And it's like, come on, these guys are like professional filmmakers. They couldn't do a miniature that looked better than that.
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah. That was pretty cheesy, the miniature part. But
yeah, so that's what
it was so funny though. Our expectations back then were like, we didn't know how else they'd do it. So we just sort of accepted it,
Uh-oh, now I'm getting crap. No, because dude, I got in at 12:30 to my hotel, and I was getting picked up at 4:00 to go to Soldier Field. And then I got back to the room at 11:30, and then I have to get up at 6:30 to catch a plane. So that is why, Phil.
Why are you up so? If you got to get up at 6:30, what are you doing up so late?
I'm just not. I don't know. I got to get to bed. But that is why, Phil. Because trust me, I knew you were here. Out of the. Oh boy, there you go. Shake my head. Sorry, Phil. You can take me to the airport in the morning. Then I don't have to pay for an Uber.
Wait a minute. They're not shuttling you to the airport?
No, I'm getting reimbursed.
Oh,
But,
okay.
but the Uber from the airport was $45. So,
Yeah, well, that seems about right, man.
well, it's like freaking, with traffic, midday when I got in, it was like 45, 50 minutes. I don't know what to expect first thing in the morning. So,
Dude, I got in last time I was in Chicago. I got in there late at night, and is there an Ultraverse night on Graybeards coming soon? Anything's possible. I mean, we have to have new material every week, so eventually we'll get onto a lot of this stuff. So do keep
I was going
these
to say that
suggestions
wouldn't be
coming
bad
in.
to put up a poll of like sludge. What was Terry Dotson's the thing mantra?
Yeah.
And I don't know, pick another one. I can't remember.
Well, I don't like
Um,
I don't like anybody drawing the same thing on the show because then it becomes like a competition.
Oh
So
yeah, that's true.
and but we could do like indies like you could do Dark Horse's superhero universe,
Right.
Ultraverse, or whatever, and then people choose Marvel's new universe.
Oh come on, you want to draw Star Brand? Mighty Geek says, which airport are you leaving from? O'Hare is the only airport. Yeah, I'm leaving out of O'Hare. And Zabe, now I really feel guilty because I was like, damn it, Phil lives out there, but I don't have time. Because it's like fly in, fly out.
I remember when I came into the last time I did the Chicago show, which was just right before they shut everything down, like a month before they shut everything down because of COVID. So it would have been 2020, I guess, February. And there was like snow on the ground. And but yeah, so you get out of Chicago O'Hare, and then you grab a cab, right? And then I had to go all the way down to that convention center, which is like freaking on the other side of Chicago from the airport. And I was like just watching that meter spin, I was like, oh man, I hope I have some cash on me. But I think it was like, I think I had to pay like $60 or something or more to get from the airport to the hotel. Crazy.
Yeah. Ooh, Marcus, that's a good one too. The Red Circle characters.
Mm.
Because then you could get the Fly, dude. The original Fly from the 50s. I love the way that dude looked. Al Williamson drew some of that cool stuff.
Was Red Circle the brand, or was that actually the publishing company?
I don't remember.
I remember the comics. Those were like weird because those and like Charlton and stuff, you didn't hardly ever see those on the racks. It was always Marvel and DC. So I don't know why those guys, how they distributed their books, because I never saw Charlton's on the rack. Did you?
No. Oh no, Red Circle was Archie.
Okay. Yeah, so they had like the Shield, they had they didn't have Blue Beetle, but they had the Fly, right? Which you just said.
Blue Beetle was Charlton.
Right.
Yeah, they had the Fly, they had Steel. You said Steel. They had Shield.
Right.
And they had a few others because I bought.
That would have been like Black Hood and those characters too, right?
Black Hood, the Fox,
Hangman, those types of things. Yeah.
Jaguar. Oh, Comet.
Yeah, that's right.
Because those are the ones that DC used. Jaguar, Comet. What were the other ones that DC used?
Actually, David Williams, that's where David Williams started, was drawing Jaguar.
That's right.
In that kids line for DC.
That's right. And then before Michael Golden came on as a cover editor, the previous one thought it would be a great idea to have Mark Beecham for kids' books draw Jaguar covers.
Mark Beecham. All I remember about Beecham was he would just strike like these saucy females. That was like, some really. That's all he did was trashy chicks.
He's a great artist. I love Mark's stuff, but you don't put him on.
Yeah, that's a very strange.
Yeah.
Was he kind of a Neil Adams guy, or am I thinking of somebody else?
No, he is, and he did work for Neil. And Neil actually said that he thought Mark was one of the best artists he ever came across. So Mark did a series in the 90s. I've got the trade paperback, and it's all black and white, called Siphons, through Now Comics. And
Now Comics?
Yeah, Now Comics. The 4 issues are in color, and Mark did pencils and inks. But then Image put out a trade paperback, but it's just black and white. And if you like that, Sienkiewicz type inking, because that's how Mark is, it's just great. The looseness of it and stuff. But yeah, I'll have to show it on a stream sometime, because every time he draws a woman's pose, you're just like, oh my God.
Well, that made me think of, that the guys that Adams had working at Continuity when they were, with Golden was there, and of course Rudy Nebres was there, and there was a thing called Shaman, right? And there was a 0 issue came out, but it was Neil who did it. It was like 8 pages or something. It was like, but there was an advertisement in one of the books. I don't know if it was who's that big Superman type character they had?
Megalith.
Yeah, Megalith. It might have been one of the Megalith books. I can't remember, but there was Rudy Nebres was working on a Shaman graphic novel, and it was just Rudy penciling and inking.
Oh, and I saw the ad for that. I remember the ad.
It was like Shaman facing off against this dragon. It was freaking unbelievably cool. Yep. And it never got published. And I'm so pissed, because I would love to have seen that.
Yep, that's true. Marcus, another good suggestion, Continuity superheroes. That's another one too, the Impact line. So you got Jaguar, but you tell David he cannot pick Jaguar.
He can't draw Jaguar. He probably wouldn't want to.
Right. You would do Jaguar, but it's not a competition.
There was like, no, I do Valeria the she-bat.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Well, you remember there was originally supposed to be Valeria the she-bat Spawn crossover.
Right. And then it got
ixnayed, so he put Nighthawk in it, his own character.
Right. But that was like issue number 5 or something.
But there's a fanzine magazine that has the original pencils printed with Spawn that I have.
So Neil actually drew that.
Yeah, and it was never going to be put out by Image. It wasn't like Batman Spawn where they each did a version. It was just going to be Neil doing it. And I don't know why it never came out, but it never came out. So he changed it to Nighthawk.
I just think, I don't know, but like Neil was supposed to be doing all this cool stuff. And then all of a sudden, like the Mr. T comic came out, and you're like, why are you doing this? But he just took it for the money, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's like, oh, I'm going to do this Mr. T comic because it pays way better than this stuff, that I'm publishing myself.
I got those. I got both those Mr. T comics on my spin rack.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have Neil Skate Man? Do you remember Skate Man?
Yeah, well, it was like about mid to late 70s, Neil put out a portfolio called The New Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, so it was like Toy Boy, Ms. Mystic, the guy you just said,
Megalith.
Not Megalith. No, it was, who'd you just?
Skate Man,
then Crazy Man, who kind of looked like the Joker. And then there was one other in there. And I never bought that portfolio, but I remember when that came out, and I was like, oh, it's Neil Adams. But I was like, who are these characters?
Right.
So
did Chuck Dixon write Mr. T? I don't remember. I'll have to look.
Oh my gosh, that'd have been funny.
Yeah, I'll have to look when I go home and look at him, but I don't remember. But what was the other thing? Oh, he did that one thing with oh shit, I can't remember the company that published it either, but he did that one issue. I think it was Harlan Ellison wrote it. It was a horror type thing. It was just a one issue thing.
Who did this? Who drew it?
Neil drew it.
And Harlan Ellison wrote it.
Was it Twilight? It wasn't Twilight Zone, was it? Or maybe it was Twilight Zone. Twilight?
Was this like more like was this the 90s or like earlier?
Could have
Like
been late 80s.
Oh God, let me think.
It was just I think it was just Twilight.
I mean, I know that Stranko did something with him with Harlan Ellison and
No,
like Ellison.
This was just the whole issue was just by Neil.
It was written by.
I'm pretty sure it was Harlan Ellison. Yeah, I don't know. It's on my spin rack as well. Hopefully, it's not worth anything.
Harlan Ellison and Neil Adams made a comic that was worth nothing. Who would have thought?
I'm just trying to see if anybody in the chat can remember what it is.
You would figure Marcus
Yeah,
killed.
it was. Dan's got it. It was Twilight Zone. Yeah, it was Twilight Zone.
Well, who published it?
Google Neil Adams Twilight Zone comic.
Who published it?
I don't remember, but you can find out in 2 seconds.
Okay. It's your show. I'm doing your work for you.
Mr. T was published by Now, if I remember right.
I think that's correct. Yeah.
Now might have done this. Either that or Innovation, maybe?
Ooh, it might have been Innovation. Forgot about them. Let's see here. Twilight Zone. Okay. Now, let's see here. Oh yeah. That was like, this is like more current. Like this was like late 90s, wasn't it?
No, I don't know. I didn't think it was late 90s.
Hang on a second here. Let me get up one that's gonna. This was Twilight Zone was by Now, published by Now Comics. It looks like. I'm trying to find a decent.
I don't think Now was around in the late 90s.
Okay, well then it had to been.
That'd be 80s.
Yeah, it's where didn't oh, what's his face? Alex Ross. Didn't he start it Now?
Yeah, Terminator.
Terminator, that's right. Yeah. Because I remember they had that was like kind of a hit for them for like a couple issues, like, you know, that Terminator license.
Yeah.
It was kind of a big deal for a while. All right, here we go. Yeah, this is more modern, $2.50. So when would that have been? Would have been late 80s.
It was a square bound book, if I remember right. Or thicker for sure.
There it is.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that says premiere issue. So the one I have, I think, is maybe 2 put together, because that's the cover for the one I have, but it does not, mine does not have the price box stuff up in the corner like that. So I wonder if it was 2 issues. The thing I loved about Neil, I love the way he does wrinkles, like the wrinkles on that leg coming forward.
Yeah.
You just really get the sense of that, the air pushing that pant leg up, you know, compared to like jeans, where jeans wouldn't do that because the material is heavier.
Well, it's like, you know, even when Neil was kind of hacking stuff out like he was here, it's still pretty good because the dude could draw, you know?
Oh, yeah. And yeah, Beowulf says, do you all remember the Mad Dog comic based on the Bob Newhart TV show? Marvel did 6 issues. Half the book was cartoon, and then you flipped it. Another half was realistic, gritty. I do remember that because I think Ty Templeton drew the cartoony stuff, which is fantastic. But the gritty stuff, I don't remember who drew it, but it wasn't enough for me to want to get the 6 issues. You know, like if they would have just collected the cartoony Ty Templeton stuff, I would have been like, oh yeah. But
you know, DC did that with Plastic Man with Hilary Barta, and Kevin Nolan did like the realistic sequences at the beginning of each issue.
Was that each issue? I thought that was only in 1 issue they did that. That was every issue?
Well, it was either like the beginning of the first issue and the end of the last issue or something like that. But I thought, you know, I'd have to go check. But
because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I talked to Hillary about that one time, and he was just like, yeah, they wanted to do this thing where they didn't want to just start with Plastic Man being goofy. They wanted him to like be serious, but then he was like crazy or something. So then when he went out and did stuff, it was him. This is how he pictured himself in his own mind. So it's like Kevin Nolan was like, if you're the audience looking at Plastic Man, this is what you see. But then we get inside Plastic Man's head, and then he becomes that with the Hilary Barta version.
Now, how do you not own those?
I do own them, but I haven't looked at them forever.
How many issues was it? Was that a
4?
miniseries?
It was 4-issue miniseries, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up. Question from a fan: How to Draw Comics by Dan Lawless says, "What's the best Neil Adams art?" I say, well, it's time period, and for me, time period wise, it's around the Green Lantern time period.
Yeah, 70s.
Yeah, 1970s when Green Lantern, Green Arrow came out in 1970. So yeah, I say the 70s. So,
because he was doing stuff in Detective, and he was doing Batman covers, and he was doing Batman stories in Detective, but that was 1970, 71, maybe as late as 72. The Green Lantern, Green Arrow stuff was great. His Avengers stuff.
Dead Man was great. Yeah, but this is all 70s. Dead Man was.
Well, Dead Man actually was. Dead Man was 67 is when that started.
Yeah, Dead Man was before. Yeah. His Avengers stuff was great, and Tom Palmer.
Yes. Yes, and the X-Men stuff too that he did. The
X-Men stuff, which is great because he goes in and he's like, Stan's like, you can do whatever you want. He goes, what's your worst selling book? Stan's like, why do you want that? He goes, because I can only go up. I don't know if that's what he said, but that was the gist.
I'm trying. Well, I think probably, I don't know, the Muhammad Ali book, Treasury Edition, was really, really good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that was probably his best stuff, just the pinnacle.
Probably. Yeah, probably that Muhammad Ali book. But I really love the Avengers issues a lot.
Yeah, but where he never there's more than one, I'm sure, but the one character that comes to mind that he just never had a handle on, even in the thing he did, a few years ago, was the Thing. Because if you look at the Thing in those Avengers issues, you're just like, ugh. And then he did that Fantastic Four with Mark Waid, that miniseries a couple of years ago. And the Thing is just didn't look right.
Dude, the Thing, it's like Barry Smith did him really well, which is interesting. Wrightson did a decent job on him. But yeah, you never really look at Neil Adams as being a monster guy, and you have to have a certain sensibility.
He can draw monsters when he makes them up.
Right.
But
you're right. He never, the Thing never, I never thought, who am I thinking of? I was going to say it wasn't Buscema, because John Buscema did a pretty good thing.
Don't you say John Byrne?
No, I thought Byrne's Thing was good. But there's guys that don't get it. For some reason it just doesn't translate.
By the way, we really need to admonish Dan Lawless. I thought the Dead Man was the 80s. Yeah, dude, you bought a reprint. That's when they reprinted it, Dan.
Oh my gosh.
Good God, Dan. Turn in your comic book man card.
Oh my goodness. That's just unbelievable.
Because the first issue of Dead Man that he worked on, George Russo inked it, and it was pretty awful.
Yeah.
And then when they reprinted it in that big thick hardcover of all the Dead Man stuff Neil did, Neil went back and re-inked that whole first one that George did.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah.
Because, the first issue was Strange Adventures 205, and that was Carmen Infantino. And then 206, Neil drew it, but he had, like you said, the crap ink job. And then after that, I think, did he ink himself, or did Giordano ink him?
I think he inked himself. I don't know if Giordano inked him until Green Lantern, because the first issue of Green Lantern, Neil inked himself. What was I say? So here's a question about the Thing. Drawing is, I like when Kirby did it, as far as I can remember, he never drew teeth. Because now I see more and more, and this goes back into the 90s as well, and probably even some artists in the 80s, and they draw them with teeth. And I'm just like, oh, that's
I
just
draw them with teeth.
Well, I mean, there are times where obviously if you want to draw gritting his teeth, you got to draw teeth. But I was looking through the Alex Ross Fantastic Four book that came out last year. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've got it.
Look through it. I don't think there's one shot of the Thing with his mouth open that has teeth.
Hadn't thought about it.
Because when Jack drew him wide, yelling or something, he didn't draw like a tongue or anything. He didn't do it all black either. He did the top black, but then as it would go down, he just did like burst lines.
Yeah.
And it was colored dark red.
Yeah, you're right. I was never a huge FF guy growing up, so I didn't really pay that much attention. And I've always drawn him with teeth, and I never even thought anything of it.
I'm trying to think if John Byrne did. I'd have to go back because I still have the whole run.
That's an excellent question.
That I bought as a kid. I bought every issue of Byrne's Fantastic Four. I don't think he did either, but I'm not sure.
Let me see here. John Byrne, a Thing, FF. Let's see here. Well, let's see. There he is with his mouth open. Let's see. That's not Byrne. I always hate it when they like. You look up Byrne and it's like they show you art that isn't even him.
And Antonio is correct. He did do some. Neil did draw a couple issues of Conan, which are beautiful.
Oh my gosh, Conan 37 is epic.
Yeah,
that is so good.
He drew that story is so condensed. There are so many little panels, like
yes,
George Perez panel pages in it that Neil did that have a lot of action in every panel. It's just like, holy crap. Yeah, that's Byrne. Yeah. See, that's how Kirby would do it.
Yeah, no teeth. I'm gonna have to start thinking about that next time I draw the Thing and do them without teeth, because that would be the classic look, right?
Yeah. Well, I've only drawn them once or twice in a comic, and I don't think there was ever a reason, like in small shots. So I don't think I ever had a reason to do it. But I was thinking about it recently, and I kept meaning to ask you about it. And I was like, God, I kind of want to do a drawing of them raging and no teeth, because I don't know, I just think it looks cool, and you can do them with teeth because I've seen your drawings of them and it doesn't faze me, but then I've seen drawings of them with teeth where I'm just like, oh, that does not look right. And one of them was Neil's Fantastic Four. Well, that's the other thing people do, they give him a neck. You can't really give the thing a neck. You just got to
he doesn't have a
top.
neck. Right, he doesn't have a neck. That's weird at that point, come on. Okay, here's the there we go.
Oh yeah, that's so good.
That's Conan 30. The splash page on this book, that's what I'm looking for, really, is the splash page from this book, because it's so. I think
this is the only issue he drew, though, because he inked a couple.
Yeah, he inked Buscema, or Krusty Bunkers inked a couple issues.
Yeah. But I don't think
and those
Neil
look really
ever
great.
Drew more than just this one issue, though, did he?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because if I remember right, 116, I think 116 is an issue he inked over, or Krusty Bunkers did, but. And then there was one in the 40s.
There was that issue with that giant worm in the cave. It's a two-part story. Yeah, this is 116. I have that. That is correct. And then there's like,
and I think I only found these issues within the past decade. Dick Giordano inked a couple issues of Conan over John.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Huh.
And they're cool. And then Joe Sennett inked one issue of Conan over John.
Boy, that would be a really different look, super slick like that. I mean, I used to love Sinnott over Buscema. I know that Sinnott was
Dude,
not Buscema's favorite inker, though,
it's
because he was
cool.
too
It's the
slick.
splash page is shockingly enough Conan riding a horse, but
Yeah.
I love that issue because I liked Joe Sennett's inks over him. Dick Giordano inked a couple. Dick Giordano actually drew a Conan short story in Savage Tales or one of those Conan magazine, black and white magazines.
Well, those I found in I want to say it was Savage Tales 7 when Kazar started being like the solo story in there, and I think it's one of the. Well, let me think. Maybe not. Yeah, I think it's Neil Adams did the cover, and there's the story inside is Buscema drawing Kazar, but it's inked by Krusty Bunkers, and it is freaking awesome.
Yeah, there's gray wash in it.
Yeah,
And there's a page that has a big panel of Kazar hugging up to this chick, and that panel's all Neil. You can just tell it's all Neil ink in that panel. Oh, I love that issue.
Yeah, there's a great, I think it's the splash page or the first page of the story where Kazar is grabbing some guy, he's got his knife up like this, and how Buscema would do that great pose. And so it's got that great, powerful Buscema drawing inked by Adams. It's just incredible. It's so good.
Well, there's also that Conan, I don't know if it was a giant size or an annual, and then they did it as a treasury that Neil Krusty Bunkers inked over Gil Kane.
Wait a minute. Was that giant size Conan #1?
It might have been, because I have both. I have the treasury and the actual comic. But I mean, once again, Neil inked all the main, Gil Kane, Conan figures, and Krusty Bunkers did everything else.
Well, there's something else I've got that Kane drew that Neil Adams inked that was really cool. I'm trying to think of what it was. Maybe it's that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because the only other thing I can remember off right now is, remember the book Black Mark that Gil did?
Yeah.
Neil inked a few panels in that. But just a few panels, like not a lot. But I mean, Gil inked everything else. So when it cuts to like Neil's panels, you're like, whoa, that's somebody else inking.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can really there's such a quality difference. It's I'm looking at giant size Conan #1, and I'm not sure that that's the one because it doesn't even have a Gil Kane cover. So you had the Conan Treasury? Is that what you said?
Yeah, there's a Conan Treasury that reprinted it. It might not have been #1. I don't know. Like I said, let me look. I'm sure I have it written.
Well, there's the Barry Smith Conan the Barbarian with the Black Rain, or the Lord of the Black Corsairs on the cover. That's not the one you're talking about. Probably. Let's see. Well, there was several. This may be this one.
Oh wait, I don't have the Conan Treasury though in my little database thing here.
So you're just making stuff up?
No, I have the Treasury at home. I just don't have it in my database.
Oh, okay. Well, is it the one where he's fighting the giant gorilla on the cliff, or is it the one where he's standing in the flames?
I'd have to see it.
All right. Well,
I almost want to say standing in the flames, but I think it was originally in giant size. I don't think it was a Conan annual.
Oh, here's the. Here's the Treasury edition. This is number 19. Special Collector's Edition.
No, I don't think that's it.
Okay, so then there's one other one here.
Because I don't even think I own that one.
No, it'd probably have to be this one then. All right, let's take a look at this. These Treasury edition.
Dan says, I wonder if it was Bernie Wrightson that established teeth for the thing. I have no idea.
Well, he did that. He did
that graphic novel.
Yeah, he had teeth in the graphic novel. I don't know. That's a good question because that was like 87, 86 or 87 that came out. So it's very possible he might have been the first guy that there it is.
Now, there's no way. I don't know. Daniel, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Thank you for not hurting my feelings. No, thank you very much, Daniel. Now you have a Christmas gift to give to somebody, or keep one for reading and keep one perfect.
There you go.
That's right.
All right. So there's the other Conan thing. Is that the one?
That's the one I have.
Okay. So you're saying there's a Gil Kane inked by Neil Adams in this issue, reprinted from somewhere.
I'm pretty sure. There's another one. There's another treasury though, because I'm pretty sure I've got 2 Conan treasuries, just not that other one you showed. Let's see. By popular demand, Conan of the Cross, the most famous Conan, the very first Conan newspaper comic strip. I'm pretty sure I have that one.
There's a Barry Smith one, and then there's these 2 Buscema ones are the only ones that are coming up.
What's the Barry Smith cover look like?
Oh, it's the. I have
just because it's a Barry Smith cover doesn't mean the whole thing inside is.
Well, that's true. If you want to get technical, that is true. I've got this one. I could go look at it right now. It's on my bookshelf, but there.
Do you have your treasury editions in bags and boards too?
No, just bags. They're too big to take care of, man. There you go. See, that's.
You know what? I have that one, but I think.
Let me grab it real quick and.
Man, grab that. I don't know.
Where the heck is it? I think it's over
All right, let me do a Google search on my phone real fast.
Come on, where are you? Got that Amazing Spider-Man #1. I read that to Josh like 100 times now. He fights the Sinister Six. Reprint from that Spider-Man annual number.
Yep. Oh shit! You know what? I take it back. That Conan I'm talking about might be in the magazine Conan Saga.
Dude.
Not a giant. No, it's still a treasury because I have a treasury with it.
All right. Well, this one we're looking at. This is all Barry Smith.
Yeah, that I figured.
It's all Barry Smith in here. Is there a crease in the back of this? Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh my god, time to get a new one.
These are expensive, man. Dude, I would love to do one of these and crowdfund one of these, but can you imagine the shipping on these?
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable.
So it says it's in Savage Tales #4. This one.
I've got that.
That's what it says it's in. I know. I have it too. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, hang on. We're going to have to verify this now. Is that Savage Tales 4 or Savage Sword?
Tales. Oh, okay. I found a piece of original art. On the original art, it says it's #5. And it's credited Gil Kane, Neil Adams, and diverse hands. And Pablo Marcos did the tones.
All right, so we're talking about this issue, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Because this is the piece I'm thinking of.
Oh, that's cool.
But this says Savage Tales #5 on the artwork. So I don't know.
Well, now you're telling me 4, you're telling me 5. You're just like, the whole thing is very confusing.
And see, this is from the Treasury. Look, that's from the Treasury because it's in color.
Okay. There's a nice little Neil Adams, that little Conan drawing there on the title page.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Oh, Randy just posted a link. I can't click on that, though.
Let's see. Okay. It doesn't give the. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, you're right. It's Kane inked by Neil Adams.
Is that the same thing I showed?
No, but that's Kane inked by Adams.
Yeah, but then this says Marvel Treasury Edition #15. Oh, and this shows the whole freaking story on this one. Oh no. Oh wait, yeah, it does. Wow, that's cool. Let's see if I can click on this. Yeah, that's the story. Because look, didn't you just show that page right there?
I think I did. Yeah, it's of course in black and white, but
Right.
and it has yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. There's the piece you just showed.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is Marvel Treasury 15.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
So I've got that magazine and I've got this Marvel Treasury.
okay.
And the Treasury's nice because there's no gray tones and it's flat color. Not that the gray tones are bad, but here's the difference on the Treasury. So what does that credit for the inker real quick? Neil Adams in diverse hands? Because in the Treasury, it says Neil Adams, Pablo, and Vinnie Coletta.
Wow, that's a weird combination.
Yeah, but if you look through it, you can see you can tell what Pablo and Vinny did compared to everything else is,
I used to like, when I was a kid, I used to like Pablo Marcos. I'm not sure I do anymore, but I'd have to go back and look at it. He did some like Tales of the Zombie or something with Simon Garth, the zombie character that Marvel had. It was pretty cool. And like, because they had their own black and white magazine called Tales of the Zombie. And it was like, he was like the living zombie or something like that. But the character's name was Simon Garth. And it was like, but it was all a black and white magazine like Savage Tales and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Brian Blevins is giving me shit.
What's that?
Brian Blevins is giving me crap. I have no idea why I wasn't invited to this. I bought so many comics this week. Because Brian was last minute. Man, I'm on my iPad in a hotel room. So that's
Brian is like Brian's holding this grudge against you. I just can't quite figure it out, man.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's that elementary school crush where you pick on the person you love.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's probably what it is.
Ooh, look at that. Randy says you just picked up a backer, by the way.
Well, thank you very much, whoever did it. I appreciate it very much.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm going to call it a night because it is now 1:30 almost, and I have to get up in about 5 hours, 6 hours. What is he? I love the stream where I talk to myself in the future. Well, just because I have that power.
I think he's making some sort of joke about you and I looking the same or something. I don't know.
Oh, that could be it.
I'm looking older, the older version of you, apparently.
Oh yeah, that could easily be it.
So now he's on my list. Blevins, you just made the list, pal. So
wait a second. So everybody go check out Wraith of God Blood Hunters and check out Kor-Drath with my new video. You've seen the new video, right?
No, I haven't. I saw you posted you got a new one, but I haven't looked at it yet.
All right. Well, I'm not going to end the show. I'm going to play the video and then come back so I can get your reaction. Then we'll end it.
All right.
For anybody that hasn't seen it yet, here is the new video by our man Nick for Kor-Drath.
Edited by Jimmy Reyes. No, that's cool.
Edited
I
by
like
Nick.
that. I think that's cool.
Yeah, man. Nick did a great job. So
he's good.
yeah, dude, he's great. Very good. Very happy. You hit 142K, by the way, so congrats.
Oh, nice. I didn't even my second chance campaign is now shadow banned for some reason.
Get out of here. Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't
how many
sent
days
out any
left?
updates. I haven't done anything on it, and it's like you can't find it again now. So
How many days left?
it's 6.
Okay. Thank you very much, Wiley Draws. I love drawing Kor-Drath. Best trailer yet. Thank you very much. And Conan, eat your heart out. There you go. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining me tonight as I hopped on here. And Aaron, thanks for joining as well.
Oh, thanks for
I
the
am
invite.
going to, this is the one thing I like about hotel rooms. My bed is right there.
Got to brush your teeth and you're in bed, man.
Brush
There
my
you go.
teeth. You silly fool. I'm way too tired for that.
There you go.
I just got to clean off the bed so I can ponder those covers. So there you go. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for joining. We will catch you later. I am hitting the sack. Aaron still has lots of time to stay awake. So
I'm going to bed.
nope, never mind. Aaron's going to bed too. He's all tuckered out. I wish it was only, what is it there, 10:30?
11:30.
Oh, that's right. I'm in Chicago. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of
only
late.
2
I
hours.
wish I probably should have went to bed at 11:30 too. All right,
Yeah, you
guys,
should have.
we're out. I'm not playing a trailer. I'm just hitting the end broadcast. So say bye, Aaron.
Bye.
Bye.